Welcome back to me. Wednesday, January 3rd. Yesterday, the entire day here in the workshop anyways was just prepping and priming parts for the for the elevators, meaning all the stiffeners and the skins themselves, and then I let the harden or the primer cure overnight. It doesn't take that long to dry, but anyways, I do have to dimple these things, so I wanted to set a little bit longer. So that's what all of that stuff is. It's actually grouped in a very specific way because each of the skins has specifically drilled stiffeners for the top and the bottom of the left and the right skin. So before as I'm cleaning all of these things up, I keep them in stacks, and then when I put them on this piece of cardboard, which I don't do here in the shop, I do it outside. When I do that, I label the corners to make sure that they stay in one group, and then once I take them apart as they go in groups, I'll label them individually as I dimple them. And then if I have time and I don't feel like I'm rushing, then maybe I'll get into riveting these onto the elevator skins today. We'll see. Anyways, get ready for some Keystone Cops. Here we go. Well, you're all in luck. I've kept this video to a more reasonable length. Starting out here, I'm just dimpling all of the stiffeners as well as the trim tab motor attach plate. I don't know why it took me so long to figure out that the easiest way to dimple small parts is to use the squeezer. I think I just became enamored with the little shelf that I built for my DRDT2. That being said, you'll also see me at one point, I'll have a little plate out here of scrap that I use to check dimple sizes and just make sure that I'm doing things correctly. But yeah, if you get into this process as well, just do anything close to the edge, dimple with the squeezer. It's easier. Right now what I'm doing is I've decided, instead of constantly looking, trying to read drill bits with a magnifying glass, to make a little index, a wood block index that I can put the drill bits in. So that's what I'm doing right here, just with a scrap piece of 2x4. It really is a time saver. You do end up swapping back and forth between drill bits frequently, and you don't want to accidentally drill the wrong size hole. The bits are labeled on the shank, but it's hard to read. So to the dimpling of the skins here, you can see that I have gotten much better in my technique. I haven't made any extra holes in this. I do want to say, though, that when you're dimpling these skins, be sure to look at the callouts and only dimple the holes that need to be dimpled, because there have been a couple times on skins when at the very top or outside edges of the skins, I've dimpled those holes only to find out that that wasn't necessary or even correct. You can flatten the dimples using a flat set in the squeezer or the dimpler, but you're just adding extra work and ultimately, potentially weakening that material if you do it a number of times. So cleaning up, getting ready to do some back riveting. That steel plate you see right there is the backing for the back riveting process. In an upcoming video, I'll explain back riveting a little bit more, but the key takeaway here, and you see the blue strip of tape that I have on the workbench that the piece of tape is, or the plate is laying over, is so that when I have the skin on top of the plate, I can gauge where that plate is. It's really important that you make sure that before you drive a rivet, that the rivet is over the steel plate. If you're off of the plate, you'll make a mess of your skin and probably twist or dent up the stiffener that you're trying to rivet. So do your best to avoid that. That's why, again, that I put that piece of blue tape there, just so I could see without moving the skin that I was in fact lined up and over the top of it. So that'll do it for this one. The next video, I'll do a better explanation of what back riveting is, and I'll also show you some optional rivets if you do make any mistakes on the holes there. So stay tuned, and thanks for staying with me.